Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RedIn30, where we make you red in 30. Literally, we got 30 minutes to do this. I'm DM. EJ, you here?
Yeah.
We're here. We all, as always, it's our new thing. We're gonna start off with a little music. Some of y'all may know this song. If you don't, it's All Night. Here we go.
Long day at work.
Yeah.
All meal, no dessert. Been a long time since I had a good time.
Shout out to
I'm
Carlin.
changing up my shirt
Yeah.
now. Put it in reverse.
In reverse.
Downtown traffic is the worst.
Oh yeah.
But it don't even matter. Running likes to get there faster when I get there.
Sing the song, yeah.
All night been begging you to play this song.
Yeah.
Now it's alright, cause I'm already in my song.
What they doing?
These strobe lights got me up in here singing the tone.
We like,
Tell the DJ to run it all night.
where we at? I'm in the
Middle of the crowd.
In the crowd.
What they doing?
Speakers bumping loud. I feel it in the ground. People all around with their hands up and down now. The vibe's kinda real.
There it
Trying
is.
to get that feeling. There's nothing else to do.
What
but
else?
Play my song.
Sing the song, say.
All night been begging you to play this song.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is jail, yeah. If you in your car, turn it out. If you at your house, turn it out. Tell your kids come in the room and dance with you. Sing the song, say. I've been begging you to play it. In the zone, in the zone, in the zone, yeah. Turn it up, yeah. Break it down like.
All night, I just wanna hear it all night. All night, I just wanna hear
Yeah.
it all night.
Yeah.
All night, I just wanna hear it all night. You can play this
How long? How long?
forever.
Sing the song, yes.
All night, been begging you to play this song.
I know you feel it, yeah. Already in my zone.
Strobe lights got me up in here singing the tone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell the DJ.
Hey, listen. This is RedIn30. RedIn30.com is a 30-day reading of the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We believe in the entire Bible. We believe the Bible is a story about who you and I are. We believe the red words are Jesus' words. Tell us who we are in the story. Talking about Jesus, truth, and you, all using
Red words.
the red words. And it's supposed to be easy. I hope this makes you feel better. We try to play music that makes you feel good, makes you feel better, because this thing should be easy. If you watched the last episode, we was talking about weight distribution and come on to meet our, I think it's Matthew 11, right? We said Matthew 11,
Yep.
28, 29 or whatever. But
11:29.
the conversation, but you had a question. We was off camera. You had a question about it, and we were talking about, he says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light, right?
Yeah. So when you hear the word burden, the first thing you go to is just purely negative.
Heavy,
It's just
something you got to carry.
It's something
Yep.
And it always when I looked at it, I was like,
It's a negative connotation.
yeah, it's a negative connotation.
Right.
And I'm like, well, it's not negative. It can't be negative. Jesus never meant for that to be negative.
Right,
So
right.
What does that mean?
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? Because he's saying his.
Right.
He said, for my yoke is easy
And my
and my burden is light. If you hadn't watched the episode before this, go watch it because it'll give you some prelude to what we're having this conversation. I'll be trying not to repeat stuff over just for the sake of the flow of conversation. But we were talking about weight distribution. He says, if you've been working hard and it's been difficult, it's because you haven't been carrying it properly. You've been carrying it like you know what I like, EJ? He says me twice. And Jesus says about himself twice. He says, come unto me, all you, right? So in other words, whoever me and you are right now ain't in the same place. We're not in the same lane.
Yeah.
We're not in the same function. We're not being one right now because y'all laboring heavy laden, and wherever you are over there, you're not over here where I'm at. All right? So come unto me, all y'all that laboring heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Yep. So it does this. Watch this. Take, he says take, and I want to break this down. He says take my yoke upon you. In other words, you don't have my yoke on right now. You may have a yoke, but it ain't mine.
Right.
It's important that it's my yoke. It's important that you take on Jesus' yoke and not a yoke somebody else done gave you. Maybe that's why it's heavy, right? And maybe it was heavy laden and laborsome, right? Take my yoke and learn of me. See how you said it again? And then watch this. He gets to this now. We talked about this a couple episodes ago about I will be, right? He didn't say I will be or I was. He said, for I am meek and I am lowly in heart, right? He's trying to put you in the now of meekness.
Yep.
In the now of lowliness of heart. In the now, I'm trying to take you from where you at and put you where you are.
Right.
Did you hear the statement, EJ?
Right.
EJ, listen to the statement. I'm trying to take you from where you at and put you where you are. I'm trying to take you from where you've been being and put you to where you really are. Because if I could put you to where you really are, then my yoke is
easy
and my burden is
light.
Right? It's such a simple thing, and it's weight distribution. We were talking about weight distribution. We're gonna get back to the burden in a second, right? Yeah. You know what a burden is? What you found a definition? I found a definition too. What's your definition you found?
First definition I found was something that is carried.
Something that's carried, right?
Like a load.
Right, a load, right.
But the second one was a duty or responsibility.
A duty or responsibility. Now watch this. I looked it up. I always like to say this. I got a Strong's dictionary. What a Strong's dictionary does, well, not a Strong's dictionary, but a Strong's concordance in the Bible, because this is in the thous and the those and the those and all that, right? But a lot of times it'll give you translation because the original language was Greek and Hebrew and all that stuff. So it'll give you an idea of what the word really meant. Now I hit it, and the Greek word is fortune. Like P-H, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but P-H-O-R-T-I-O-N. It sounds like fortune. To me, it sounds like fortune, right? But it also sounds like portion. My portion, right? And it says, it gives you a breakdown of where it comes from, but it also says an invoice. Right? Now, what do we see an invoice as? We see an invoice as you put out invoices, I put out invoices, where you do some work, you send an invoice. What is an invoice? An invoice is a requirement of payment.
Yep.
Right? I've given you the invoice is what I'm telling you what it costs, and that's what you got to pay. But I also like the fact that it's an invoice. Watch me. Watch, you ready? As a part of a freight, you ready? A task or figuratively, a task or service. It says a burden or a load of the freight or the lading of a ship. Right? Then I went to the derivative that says load or burden of a ship. It's something to carry, right? And I started thinking about it, that he was saying that what we were all brought here to carry something. We were brought here to carry something through this world and to this world. God put something in all of us. John 8, he starts talking about I was sent here. You know what I'm saying? I was sent here for a reason. The one who sent me is with me. You know, I know where I come from. I know why I'm here, right? We were all, I don't know if people don't think it, we've been tricked to deceive to forget that we've been sent here with the burden. We've been shipped to the earth, right, carrying something.
Yeah, right.
But it seems like what we're carrying it seems like we've been laboring and heavy laden. Doesn't it sound like a lot of church stuff?
Yeah.
A lot of labor and heavy laden, but just not even church stuff, just in life. It just seems a lot of labor, a lot of difficult, a lot of schooling, a lot of learning, all this. Now you're stressed. Then they tell you stop being stressed. But I don't know how to stop being stressed, right? Until I get humble enough to realize, hold up, this thing ain't about me. It never was about me. Let me calm down. This is not about self-preservation. Meek and lowly. Let me put this yoke on. Let me get down and put this yoke on. And what it does is it distributes the weight, right? I said this at the end of the last episode, and I want to say it again. He never said that he was going to make the work any less.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he never said that he was actually going to make it lighter. Now, we were talking about that with a dolly, right?
Yeah.
Or with a pulley. A lot of times, those 4 boxes, we used to be shipping boxes, remember CDs, boxes of CDs? You pull a dolly, you put about 5 boxes of CDs on there. Them boxes are heavy. Right? They're heavy.
Right.
The boxes were 20, 30 pounds a piece, maybe more. You put about 4 or 5 of them on, you already know what time it is, right? But when you put it on that dolly, the weight distribution makes it lighter than normally it would take 4 of us to carry it. You know what I'm saying? Or 4 or 5 of us to carry different sets of boxes. Now it'll take 2 of us with a dolly. It makes it lighter because of the weight distribution. Even the yoke distributes the weight. So now when you're pulling, whatever you're pulling, all the weight is not just on one shoulder, but it's on both. All the weight is not just on your shoulder, but it's on the strength of the bone, the strong part of your neck. Not only all the weight is not on your shoulders, on your neck, but now when you're leaning forward, your core and your legs and everything is watch this. Every joint supplies. Everything is working in tandem to pull you and pull whatever it is and to carry whatever it is in the direction it is. So it immediately becomes lighter than just if you were trying to pull it with your arm.
Right.
You get it? Or just if you were trying to pull it with your hands, right?
Yep.
It becomes lighter because you've involved your whole self. And so now my yoke is easy. And my burden, the thing that I'm carrying, first of all, there's so many trippy ways to see this too. I don't know about trippy, but just so many ways to see this with Jesus. Because he's also saying that the burden that he has is light. Like what he's supposed to carry is light. Like not light like light opposite than heavy, but light opposite than dark.
Right.
Like for my yoke is easy and my burden is to bring light. I'm bringing light to you while I'm talking to you. You don't even know what I'm doing to you right now. I love Jesus like that, bro. Because he be talking to you and showing you stuff in practical terms that look like what you're dealing with right now, and you don't even know he's doing it to you right now. He's saving you right now. You don't even know you're getting saved. I found an old recording on my phone. Maybe I'll put some of these off of RedIn30 but I found an old recording on my phone, and it was called Indirect Discipline. You remember that? Yeah. And that was so funny. I was talking about Mr. Miyagi and Wax On, Wax Off with Karate Kid, and it was like a lot of times, I think we might have done a RedIn30 on this. We might have done one. I'm not sure. But a lot of times you're getting disciplined to be who you really are by something else that you think it looks like something else. So he's got to wax on, wax off. All the time he learning how to block punches, but he don't even know it's happening to him. And he's using these indirect methods to show you what he has already. That if I directly told you to do this, you would have done it sloppily. You would have been blocking sloppily. You'd have been, he made a paint, right? You'd have done it sloppily. But when I told you to master that, indirectly, you are mastering the motions that are already in you. You ever see the GIF where they be shouting and right? You're mastering motions. You ready for this? You're mastering motions that are already in you. It ain't nothing. I ain't using nothing different. Like when people swim, some people say, "Well, I can swim and I can't swim." Yeah, you can swim. Everybody can swim.
Yeah.
Because if I jump in the water right now, can you swim, EJ?
Yep.
All right, me and you can swim. All right. My wife can't swim yet. I got to teach her how to swim. I told her I definitely got to teach her how to swim for this baby get here.
Right. Because
I refuse to. So we're going to learn how to swim, right? As soon as baby get here, her and the baby going to learn how to swim together, right? But I'm trying to tell her, yeah, you can swim because I don't have anything. Like what I use to swim is no different than what she's going to use to swim.
Yep.
She got hands, she got limbs. It just is what it is. All you got to do is kick. But it's in here. It's weight distribution in the water again. Now, see, I think it's trippy too because I think even with Jesus walking on water, it wasn't a miraculous miracle thing, and the angels had his under his feet and all that. And they say none of that because I believe if it was all of that, it would have said it. It was an elite version of weight distribution. Well, we know, we know solid things can stay on top of the water.
Exactly.
Right? We see boats doing it all the time. We see burdens. We're talking about a ship. When we said, remember some of the definition was a ship, right? The load of a ship.
Yeah.
EJ, we have freight liners, like not freight liners, like I don't know what they call the ships, but they have cruise ships. We have battleships that are thousands and thousands of pounds of metal.
Floating on top of the water.
How?
Floating on top of the water. How?
If I drop a quarter in the water right now, it's gonna sink to the bottom, ain't it? Ain't it? If I drop there's a hammer in the water, it's gonna sink to the bottom. Man, there's a story about dropping the axe in the water in the Bible, that's right on the axe on the floor, right? This is weight distribution. How is it that there's thousands of pounds of metal on these ships and yet they are staying buoyant above the water? It's weight distribution. So here's Jesus come walking on the water because he know my yoke is easy, my burden is light. It is not he prayed and the angels held him up on top of the water. No. He came walking. Why? Because he's walking different than you walking. Mm-hmm. So you walking one way, but I'm walking another way. And the way that I'm walking is light. The way that I'm walking, I'm distributing who I am across it to the point to where I can't sink. That's how when he on that ship and he's in the bottom sleeping, he already knew what time it was.
Right.
They were scared, but he know I already got the weight distributed already. You get it? I already got to distribute. I already know I have a proper distribution of my weight. Oh my God. So because I understand it, I know how to carry my weight. You know, somebody said carry the weight. I know how to carry my weight because I know how to do it. This allows me to walk on the water.
It made me think about when he was teaching, the 5,000 local people. But I just thought about this now, the weight of your voice, weight distribution in your voice, because we said, I think we said it on the podcast,
Sonics, man,
but how you could speak to that many people
and project
without even a mic.
There's no microphone.
There's no mics back there.
So that means there was a weight in his sound. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll prove it. You ready for this one? This is gonna trip y'all. Ready? You talking about weight in the sound, right? Mm-hmm. You remember they came to get Jesus right before it's time to crucify him? He trip y'all. Remember they came to get Jesus when they're trying to crucify him?
Yeah.
And they said, "Who you looking for?" They said, "We looking for Jesus." Jesus. He said, "I am he." And they said all of them fell down. Boy, that's weight, boy. But your words carry weight.
Yep.
See, this type of weight I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to speak words. And I'm not talking about and declare in the name of Jesus. And we will declare. But I'm talking about even musically being able for your you ready for this? Here's how it's going to sound. We be talking about RedIn30 and people be listening. But we really be coming up. That stuff really be coming out. I love these conversations.
Right.
When the waves carry weight.
Come on.
Sound weight. When the waves carry weight that it penetrates, watch this. It doesn't make any sense to have weight distribution to the point to where, I'm going to show you Jesus a couple of times. You ready? It doesn't make any sense to have weight distribution to where you can walk on water. You're supposed to sink in the water.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not anatomically or anatomy, however the word is, that's not supposed to happen, right? Not normally, or at least we don't believe it, right? There's some people that believe in it, some physicists and understand the process, but they can't get to it in their mentality, right? But it's weight distribution, right? Another way is there's no reason for a man to be able to walk through a wall. This is Jesus. Mm-hmm. Now, he's not in his glory. He's not in his spirit. He's in his body because he still got the scars and the cuts. He just showed it to Thomas. This man walks through the wall. But this proves to me that there's a weight in frequency and sound that can penetrate through something and be in there without being affected by the thing it penetrates through. Yep. You mean to tell me that I can say a word, and some of y'all may be hearing it right now, and you'll hear my voice, and I hate to sound like this because then people be on TV, them preachers and everything. But when you go back to the doctor, something that you were dealing with before will be disappeared or gone because you're hearing what I'm saying. I'm not about to declare healing over you or nothing like that, because you already got it. You just don't know that's who you are already. So I'm about to distribute the weight in my voice right now, and it's going to penetrate through your form and attack whatever that thing is on the inside of there and breaking it and put it in place. So I know this was going to happen with no fanfare, no clapping, we don't need no slow music or nothing. It's just going to happen because I said so, because there's weight in the words. There's weight in the sound. There's weight in the waves, right? But there's weight distribution. You get it? He's distributing the weight, right? See, you know the word glory means weight in the Bible?
Come on.
Let glory to God. Yeah. It means a weight, right? So what Jesus is saying in Matthew 11 again is right, is I'm not trying to take the weight off you because you are the weight. The weight was there for a reason, right? But you've been carrying it the wrong way, and so now you've been laboring and heavy laden trying to carry something, right? When you just hadn't learned how to distribute the weight and carry it the proper way.
Right.
That makes sense?
Right.
It's almost like, and we were talking about it too, on a lighter understanding, it's almost like a foundation for a house, right? Like that concrete has to be a certain caliber and distributed a certain way in order to be able to carry those things that's going to be built upon it. Yeah. Upon this rock, I'll be right. Like it has to be distributed a certain way, right? The weight distribution, right? Mm-hmm. We were talking about all kind of the foundation, right? Yeah. We're talking about the foundation for paint.
Yeah. Paint. You if you put too much on one spot, you know what I mean? It'll dry, and you be able to peel up. It'll mess the wall up.
It'll ruin the wall up.
So you have to evenly
distribute
paint.
I was even saying about women sometimes that they got what they wear foundation.
Yeah.
And the foundations, and y'all like, don't judge me. Y'all can email me, send a message, comment, or whatever. Fix what I'm saying. But a lot of times when they're putting on makeup, you put the foundation on first.
Right.
And the foundation has to be evenly distributed for whatever you're about to put on top of it. Yep. If you don't evenly distribute the foundation, your coloring will be off. Mm-hmm. Ain't that crazy?
Yep.
So the weight in the foundation has to be evenly distribute. So it makes sense why Jesus says, I'm meek and lowly in heart. In other words, I'm down to the bottom where the foundation is. And down in the foundation, you'll find rest. How are you going to find rest for your soul? When we get down to the foundation, you'll see what a distribution is. You see it? You'll see, oh, my distribution been, I got too much over here and not enough over here.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I've been doing this too much and not enough of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been thinking more of this about myself and not this. And now it balances out. And the weight distribution, and now the yoke is easy and the burden becomes light just because we were able to distribute the weight properly. Ain't that something? You got a load to carry.
Right.
He's not trying to take your load from you because he knows your load is the reason that you're here, right? But here's what's going on. You're just not Hitch. I always like to go to the Hitch story. He crying at the window with what the girl name was, Cressida. And he crying at the window, Cressida in there making out with another dude, and he's so in love with him, and Cressida just playing it. And he in the rain, he knock on the window. She making out with a dude right there while in front of him, right? And he knock on the window. Well, Cressida, I don't understand why you don't let me. What did I do wrong? And the dude was like, yo, bro, you're doing it now. This is exactly why. And she was like, I'm sorry. And rolled the window back up and went back to making out with the dude, right? This is what I'm saying. Why is this so difficult? Why I can't get my mind straight? Why so? You're doing it now is what you're doing now. Come unto me. You're working hard. Learn of me. And look. One thing I'm learning, EJ, is once I take Jesus' yoke upon and learn of him, and when I'm meek and lowly in the heart, once I find rest for my soul, and I realize that the yoke is easy and the burden is light. Not only is the burden light weight wise, but then really what I'm carrying is light. Like those things that I thought was an issue or a problem was actually me. Under it was me actually carrying light. Then I can say, "Come unto me, my trail."
Yeah.
All y'all that labor and heavy laden, I give you rest.
Right.
Because all you're doing is learning how I carry it. So I should be carrying this in a way. You say, our parents should tell you better carry yourself right over there. Right? But we hear that stuff, but we never realize what's the train mess with us. You never understood what it's saying, but you say, how you carry yourself.
Yep.
You better carry yourself right while you over there. Don't be acting a fool. Don't be acting like you ain't got no home training.
Right.
How you carry yourself. Maybe you're not carrying yourself right. So come learn that it's easy. And then you realize that what you thought was darkness was actually an opportunity for light. But you're so that's why Jesus says resist not evil. Because it's the opportunity for light, bro. You get what I'm saying? But we miss it, man. We miss it so much because we have this system. This system has done a work on us, bro. This system has done a work on us to make us look at things the wrong way. But you know what we really need to do, EJ? We really need to calm down. Yep. Right? Calm down. Yep. Take it easy. Realize that it is easy, right? And then just roll with it, man. I just keep it simple, man. Turn the music on, bro. Just listen. If you wherever you at right now, you know what I'm saying? If you in your car, where else they could be at, EJ? In the car?
In the porta can.
In the porta can, okay. If you're in the porta can, wow. Your living room, you're at your job, you're on your way home.
Grocery market.
You're sitting, you got it in your earbuds. Just chill out, man.
Just chill out. That's
long day at work. It's over now, let's go.
Been a long time since I had a good time, so I'm changing up my shirt now. Put it in reverse. Downtown traffic is the worst, but it don't even matter. Running likes to get there faster. When I get there, all I'm screaming is all night been begging you to play this song. Now it's alright, cause I'm already in my song. These strobe lights got me up in here singing the tone. Tell the DJ to run it all night. I'm in the middle of the crowd, speakers bumping loud. I feel it in the ground, people on the
Matthew chapter 6. I hit that mug on my phone and say, no, you about to know.
King James Version.
Matthew chapter 6, King James.
Take heed that
Man,
you do not do.
this red 30, guys. Put it back on, this red 30. This red 30. He say, no. He say, no. You about to get this Matthew chapter 6.
Long day at work, all meal, no dessert.